Oh. Okay, let's get started on our gentle yoga. Hold on, grab this really quick. We have little ones in the house, as some of you know, and there's colds going around, so I have a little bit of a scratchy throat. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and do some yoga and hopefully feel relaxed and energized by the end of this class. So welcome. Let's start in our comfortable seated posture. If you're not comfortable cross-legged, feel free to stretch a leg out or even both legs out. I recommend sitting on a blanket or a towel or a pillow just to raise your hips up enough so that you have a nice straight back. Let the hands rest in your lap. Go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. In and out through the nose. Spine all the way to the back, through the neck, through the top of the head, sitting up nice and tall. And then just relax down through the forehead, around your eyes, relax your face, your jaw, the neck, the throat, relax down the shoulders to your fingertips. And back up through the shoulders, relax through the upper back, your chest, your lungs, your heart center, down through the abdomen, the lower back, from the hips all the way down through the legs, feet, toes. Just inhale and exhale deeply. One or two breaths, I want you to count the length of your inhale and then count again the length of your exhale so you can even out your breath. Okay, with your next exhale, bring the chin forward, hang your head all the way down, and draw the chest up towards your chin. And just feel that stretch to the back of the neck into your shoulders. And now roll your head to one side. Slowly roll your head to the back. Over to the other side. Bring your head back down to the front, and let's do a few circles. Inhale, roll your head to the back. Exhale, back to do the same number of circles on each side. Then just let your head hang down for a moment. Bring your head back to center. Good. Welcome to those of you that were just able to join. So let's go ahead and start by turning the head side to side, back and forth. All right, let's do another stretch for the neck. I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. So I want you to bring your arm up on your back. So this is my left arm, with the palm facing outward like this. And what that does is it'll draw this shoulder back slightly, so you'll feel the stretch right up through here. Then turn your head so that your chin is sort of going towards the armpit, if that makes sense, like in that direction. Put your hand in your head and then just very gently bring your chin towards that collarbone. And just hold for a moment. Nice deep breath and relax into it. Good, and then bring your head back up, and then let's do the other side. So take the other arm up like this. Feel that stretch to the front of your shoulder. Turn your head, like in the direction, maybe towards like that collarbone or your armpit, and then put your hand in your head, and then just very gently draw down. Bring that chin towards your collarbone and hold. Breathe. Good, and then bring your head back up to center. Good. All right, so now let's do a little more with the shoulders. So we'll bring the arms up like this and then wrap one elbow inside of the other or cross your arms. If they're not comfortable like this, do it like this, okay? Hands back to back or wrap them around again and then just gently draw those elbows upward. Getting into all that tension in your upper back, you're just going to let it go with this stretch in 2, 3, and as you exhale, oh, excuse me, let's come down and untwist, and we'll do the other side. Yoga is very relaxing, letting go all that tension, and so let's go ahead and wrap the arms up with the other elbow on the inside in 2, 3, inhale, and as you exhale, let those elbows come down. That's good. Arms by the side. Inhale, reach out and up. Nice big stretch. Clasp your hands together. Go ahead and turn the palms upward. Exhale, just lean to one side. And then inhale as you come up and exhale over. Inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and come back to center and pull back slightly with your arms. Fingertips touch. Inhale as you exhale, bring those arms out and down. Take the hands, clasp them behind your back, gently roll the shoulders back. You might even raise them, I don't know if you can see, but like raise them up just a little bit. Good, and relax. Go ahead and reach forward. Let the fingertips touch your shoulders. Let's go in and back, round. Change direction. Stretch the legs out in front of you and then rock, just kind of rock the feet in and out or turn the legs in and out. Stretch. All right, we'll do a little bit of stretching for the lower back before we move on to the hands and knees. So with this one, we're going to tuck one heel in. Let's see. One heel tucks in, have the other foot out in front. So like this, okay? You're lining up the heels and you want like maybe like a foot between the heels, 12 inches or something. Okay, sit up tall and then just lean into it. Now we're just warming up, so your hip might be tight or your hips might be tight. Just work with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Just Take your time. Right, the practice of yoga, what I like about yoga when it comes to working with the body, is that the practice is about being present, right? Present, aware, hitting that pause button from all those thoughts that go through your mind. See if you can give yourself a little break. Good, and just be right here, right now. Go ahead and bring yourself up and stretch it out. Because you got plenty of time for the rest of the day to do all kinds of thinking right now. You just be right here. Okay, let's tuck the heel in. Have the other foot out in front. Sit up tall. Inhale, exhale as you breathe. Just imagine that with each exhale, you can go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Bring yourself up and stretch those legs out. Rock your feet in and out. Good. Okay, now what I want you to do is bend your knees like this, and you'll just have the hands like on the floor behind you. So you're gonna lean back, okay? Your feet apart, and then just drop your legs to one side, both of the legs, and then drop them to the other side. Just back. Just listen. Go ahead and stretch the legs out, reach up towards the ceiling. Inhale as you exhale, just reach forward. Okay, just reaching towards the toes or maybe the calves, just hold for a minute. Nice deep inhale. Exhale. Good, and then go ahead and bring yourself up. Okay, let's come on over onto the hands and knees. And we'll have the hands underneath the shoulders, knees hip distance, toes and feet relaxed. Way. All right, tuck your chin in. Round your back and shoulders and stretch as you exhale. Arch your back, look up and inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin in. Inhale, arch your back up. Good. With your next exhale, go ahead and bring your hips back toward the heels, forehead to the mat. Doesn't matter if the hips touch the heels. Just relax that lower back, maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Good, and come up onto the hands and knees. Okay, so we're gonna do kind of like a little bit of movement here. I'm gonna have you take your foot. So I'm doing this with my let's see, my left foot up. Okay, so you're basically bringing your left foot out to the side, and I want you to kind of rock your hip a little bit. Just figure out kind of what feels good for you. Good, and then change direction. So sometimes with my hip, I have one hip in particular gets pretty tight. This is kind of a nice way to loosen that up. Let's do the other side. So take the other foot out to the side. Okay, and then just kind of do a little, almost like a circle. And then change direction. And as we go through our postures, I want you to pay attention to what works, right? What feels good for you. Good. And go ahead and let that leg come down. Now let's sit back towards one heel and then reach over to the other side. So I'm sitting towards the left heel, reaching towards the right. And hold. 2, 3. Up onto the hands and knees. Let's switch over. So now you're going to sit towards the other heel, reach over. So I'm sitting towards the right, reaching over to the left. Hold. 2, 3. Slide your right knee all the way up between your fingertips and then take this right heel, turn it in towards like that left hip bone area, stretch your left leg back. Inhale as you go forward. Exhale as you come down. And you're just going to rest on those forearms for a moment. Hold. It feels good. Like I like to rock in my posture sometimes. If that feels good, you can do that. Okay, let's use the downward dog as a transition from this side to the other. So you want to put your hands firmly on the mat, go onto the ball of the back foot, lift your hips and stretch that right foot back and just stretch. And then you want to bend one knee, push the opposite heel towards the mat, alternate your legs. Your hands are firmly on the mat, fingers spread wide. Back and forth, stretch out those calves. Good. If you like to do a lot of walking or maybe you're a runner, you definitely want to be stretching out those calves. Okay, let's bring the shoulders forward, put your knees down, and slide the left knee forward. Stretch your right leg back. Okay. And then go ahead and come down. Excuse me. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Hands firmly on the mat. From the ball of the back foot, go ahead and lift your hips and stretch back. Stretch. Then shoulders come forward, knees down to the mat, hips back towards your heels. You can open and close your fists a few times. Maybe rock the hips a little bit from side to side. Good. And then let's come back up onto the hands and knees. All right, let's do some exercises on the floor here where we're going to bring the stomach down onto the floor. So you want to just lower your chest down. So come on down. Okay. And let's have the feet about hip distance apart. The hands are next to the chest. I want you to gently peel the chest up. The elbows will stay bent. Shoulders are back. This is your half cobra. And then come back down. Let's do that again. So you have the hands next to the chest. Knees are apart. Feet are apart. Inhale and gently peel up. And try to keep the shoulders back. You don't want to hunch the shoulders by the ears. Good. Inhale and exhale. So we're stretching the back, but we're also building some strength in your triceps in the back of your arms. Inhale, up, and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, down, in. Good. All right. So now let's rest on the floor, one arm on top of the other, put your forehead on your forearm. And just rock your heels in and out a few times, let your heels fall out to the side, so take a deep breath here. It's called the crocodile pose. You're gonna feel your stomach push into the floor, your chest expand. Nice deep inhale and then a slow, easy exhale. You can actually feel your body breathing when you lay in this posture. Good. Okay, now we're going to do what's called the grasshopper pose. These are just leg lifts, side leg lifts. So I'm going to start, I have to move down a little bit. I'm going to start by extending my right arm out. So you're going to stretch your right arm out. I actually prefer to prop my head up, but if you're comfortable with your arm, you can, you could keep your head down. But the leg that's on the floor, for me, it's my right leg. I need you to bend it back. And this is going to keep you from falling forwards or backwards. Okay. You can put your left hand on the floor in front of you, and then you're just going to lift that left leg or whichever side you're doing up, down. And 2, let's do 10. Just take your time. 3, you can either flex the foot or point the toe, whatever you prefer. And 4, 5, 6, again, works on the hips. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then we're gonna roll onto your front, and you can stretch out the other arm, and you're gonna roll onto the opposite side. Let that foot go behind you, just like you were doing. And then we'll do 1 on this side. Do 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, and then come back to the front. And let's do that crocodile pose one more time, where you can rest your forehead on your forearms, rock the feet in and out, relax your lower back, and take a nice deep breath here. Good. Have the knees apart, place the hands next to your chest. You're going to press up onto the hands and knees, come back with the hips towards your heels. And if you're comfortable putting the head towards the mat, go ahead and do that. If you would prefer to put one arm on top of the other and your forehead on your arms, that's fine too. And just hold for a moment. Let's see where we are time-wise. Right. Go ahead and bring yourself up. Good. All right. I'm going to teach you a shoulder stand. I'm going to show you some variations on that. So a shoulder stand is a posture that you can use when you have a chest cold or congestion. We got a little bit going on. We've got little ones in the house, so got some colds going on. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do with this. All right, an easy variation would be, when I say easy, I mean easier on your neck and your back, things like that, is if you have a wall. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate with the wall. It's okay if you don't, because I'm going to show you variation. But if you have a wall, and if you've got like an extra pillow or a bolster or a blanket, and I'm actually going to use this, I just happen to have an extra yoga mat. Okay, what you can do is you're going to sit near the wall, kind of turn to your side, and you can either put your seat all the way up against the wall or just be a few inches away from it. And you're going to come down like this, and you're going to notice I have a blanket on the floor, and I'm letting my head hang off of the blanket. So the blanket is like under my shoulder, so you might wanna, scoot the blanket down a little bit, and then you can put your feet up on the wall, but the idea is we wanna get the hips up a little bit. So that you're letting the flow of blood and oxygen come back down towards the heart, and that's gonna help clear out the lungs. So I'm actually gonna take this mat and just put it underneath my hips, and you could even use like a pillow or two. So just imagine that you're sort of inclining the body. And you could just lay here. You could give yourself 5 minutes and be like, I'm just gonna relax and I'm gonna sort of let gravity, right, help clear out my chest and lungs. And that might bring you to a point where you like, cough up, like if you've got mucus or whatever. Okay. Now I'm going to show you another variation. So that's the easiest variation. It's the easiest on your neck and your shoulders. Okay. Another way to do this posture is away from a wall. I still like using the blanket under my shoulders because it gives me a little bit of space for my neck, especially if your neck feels tight. So what you do is you come down and you just kind of want to measure out. So you're going to see that my head is off of the blanket, so I'm going to get comfortable. Okay. And then you bring your knees in. Now watch what I do. I'm going to put my hands on the mat to help me, and I'm going to actually rock or swing my feet up like this. And I'm going to get my hands right under my seat. Okay. So it might take a couple of times, and sometimes students will do something like this, but you don't have to do a full somersault. Now, once you get your hands on your seat, I want you to scoot your elbows in a little bit. And what you'll notice is that supports your back. Now, you can bend the knees. If you're comfortable this is a big stretch, letting the knees go over the head, you can do that. Or you can just kind of hang out. You might like putting your feet straight up, but you'll notice that I'm firmly holding on to my hips. I've moved the elbows in, and that way I'm supporting myself. This is the posture. Oh, it's going to help to clear out the chest and lungs if you've got any kind of congestion. And just hold for a moment, a breath or two. And again, you've got different variations, so just try those different variations. You could even be in this posture with just pillows under your hips. You don't have to have a wall. Good. And then I want you to come down. And when you come down, just kind of bend the knees and rock out. Rest with your knees bent, feet on the mat. Just rest on your back and then rock your head side to side. Your neck is comfortable. Just let your knees lean on each other for a moment. Take a deep breath. Okay, now after doing that posture, or if you have your feet against the wall and you're raising the hips up a little bit, we always want to be stretching in opposites. So if we stretch the body one direction, we want to stretch in the opposite direction. So let's put the feet on the mat, hip distance. We'll do a bridge pose. So we're gonna like arch the back and just hold for a moment. Inhale as you exhale, roll down slowly. And let's draw the knees in. Good. Feet on the mat, hip distance, press your back down, raise your hips up and hold. Now as you exhale, roll down slowly. And knees into the chest, relax. Good. Now you might feel a little tension in your lower back after doing this posture. So let's relieve that in a spinal twist. So we're going to open the arms out to the sides. Let's have the knees tucked in. Bring them all the way. I'm going to the left. So all the way to the floor. That shoulder might come up, the right shoulder. So turn your head, relax that shoulder into the floor, and then put your left hand on your knee. Just slowly draw down. And Inhale and exhale deep. Good. Same thing on the other side. Knees come up. Inhale, exhale over to the other side. And the shoulder may come up, so turn your head, look out towards that left hand and hold. Breathe. Center, place the feet on the mat. Open your feet nice and wide. Just drop one knee down towards the opposite foot. And then back up and drop the other knee down. So I'm bringing my right knee down towards the left foot and then up. And just back and forth. Oh. Good, and just let the knees come back to center. Okay, so let's draw the right knee in towards the chest. So pull that knee all the way in, rotate your right ankle, big circle, and change direction. And take the outside of this ankle, lay it across your right knee, and let's just bounce that knee. All right, now we're going to bring the legs in. So you're going to bend your knee, put your right hand through the legs. You're going to hold on to the back of that left leg or maybe across the knee, whatever feels good. If it feels good to rock a little bit, you can do that. Oh, and another good stretch for the hips. And let's change direction. So now we're going to pull the left feet in, make a big circle with your foot. And change direction. And let's lay that left ankle across your knee, just bounce. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's draw the legs in. You're gonna hold on to the back of that right leg or across the knee. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Place the feet down on the mat again. Just let the knees hang on each other. Let me see what time we're at. Okay, we've got some time. Great. So draw those knees in. All right, I'm actually going to bring us up because we've got a couple of minutes here. I want to do some more seated exercises. So you're going to either roll to your side and use your hand, your arms and hands to come to seated, or hold onto the back of the legs, swing your feet, and just rock yourself right on up. Just come back up to the seated posture. I'm going to do a few more stretches on the floor. We're not actually doing any standing exercises today, but I think that's okay. All right, we're just gonna, hopefully you still feel like you're getting a full body stretch. Okay. So let's go ahead and open the legs out in this posture, okay? Now you can, if you want, you can sit on your blanket or your pillow or towel to raise those hips up, whatever feels comfortable for you. And I'm gonna have you take one hand, reach it over to the opposite leg. So you're reaching over like this. Inhale as you stretch up. exhale as you reach out towards the wall. 2, 3, inhale and exhale. Let's do the other side. Reach up. Inhale as you exhale, stretch out. 2, 3, and exhale as you come on down. All right, let's stretch forward in this stretch. And maybe walk your hands over from one side over to the other. I find that moving a little bit in this posture helps me to stretch a little deeper, helps me to relax. Back and forth. Center, go ahead and bring yourself up. Let's draw the feet into a butterfly pose and just bounce those knees a few times. Good, lean forward into that stretch. Bring yourself up, stretch your legs out in front of you. All right, let's take one leg. So I'm taking my left leg, draw it underneath. So one leg, draw under like this, tuck it under. The other leg, you're gonna cross on top. Now, it might be more open. It might look like this, which is just fine. You're gonna get a good stride. Some of you might be able to place one knee on top of the other if the hips are open like that. Just sit up tall and lean forward. You're gonna feel this one into like your hips and buttocks area. And breathe. Bring yourself up and let's switch. Let's do the other side. So tuck the other leg under, place one leg on top, and then lean forward into this stretch. Go ahead and bring yourself up. Good. Stretch those legs out. Let's do one more twist. So I'm going to turn this direction so you can think it's easier to do it if you see my back. So you're going to lean over onto one hip and take your leg back. So taking my left leg back, put the sole of that right foot against your left knee, twist to the right, and then come on down onto your elbows and forearms. Just slow. Keep bringing yourself back to this moment, back to the breath. Twist and switch over to the other side. So take your right leg back, the sole of that left foot against your right knee, twist to the left, and come on down onto your forearms. Good, and then go ahead and slowly twist. All right, we're gonna go on to our bats now and do the relaxation pose, so go ahead and stretch yourself out. And once you're on your back, rock your feet in and out a few times and just relax, let the feet fall out to the side, let your arms rest by your sides. With the palms facing upward, take a deep breath. Let go of any tension through the face. Relax your jaw. Let go of any tension in the neck and the shoulders, all the way down through the fingertips. Relax to the upper back, your chest, your lungs, your heart center, through the abdomen, through the lower back, from your hips, all the way down through the fingertips. Slowly take a deep breath. Bring your awareness back by moving your fingers, your toes. Let's take the hands together, rub your hands, make them warm. Place those warm hands over your eyes and open your eyes into your palms. And just block out the light. And then when you feel ready, slowly bring your hands away, focus on your hands, focus to the ceiling. Draw those knees in and relax your back. And just rest on your side for a moment. Good, and then when you feel ready, go ahead and bring yourself right up to a seated posture. We will close out our Hatha Yoga class. So let's bring the hands together for a moment. Close your eyes for just a moment. Bring yourself into this space, this time. And you can set your intention for the rest of the day, right? Namaste. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your afternoon and of course, a great weekend. Next Friday, which is next Friday, the 13th. So confused on our dates. Next Friday, there is no yoga. I have to go to a meeting at another college at that time and I can't get out of that. It's like a conference thing, so there won't be class, but the following Friday, the last Friday, which is the 20th, I believe it is, there will be yoga. So that'll be our last one for the semester, and then we'll pick up again I'm traveling in January, so we'll probably pick up at the end of January when the semester starts. So I will make sure that those invites go out, and I'll send out like. It's like. All right. If you'd like to stay and meditate, please do. If you are heading out about your day, I hope that your day is peaceful and that you have like really relaxing evening. You deserve a relaxing evening. All right, I'm actually gonna turn off the recording at this point. So that when you're meditating, if you want to stay and meditate longer, you absolutely can. This won't interrupt you.